I got a great Hafiz poem for you tonight. It's one of the ones that I quote all the time, and I thought that I would go and look up these things that I quote all the time so I could remember where they're from and just kind of introduce you to the whole poem. This one's called Because of Our Wisdom, and it's by Hafiz, that Persian poet. In many parts of the world, water is scarce and precious. People sometimes have to walk a great distance and then carry heavy jugs upon their head. Because of our wisdom, we will travel far for love. All movement is a sign of thirst. Most speaking really says, I'm hungry to know you. Every desire of your body is holy. Every desire of your body is holy. Dear one, why wait until you are dying to discover this divine truth? You know, when I first read this poem, it was quite shocking to me. I was like, wow, from what perspective is he writing this poem that such a unusual piece of wisdom would be true? And so I was looking at this idea of, how far we travel because of wisdom for love. That our entire life is a quest for love. Everything that we do is a story of our desires, the things that we want, the things that we're hoping for. And so it is true that that most speaking says that I'm hungry to know you. That it's all about that interaction, about communication, about that drawing close with one another. And then he says here, all movement is a sign of thirst. That means that, God is the absolute unchanging, that in perfection there is no movement. Movement always requires some form of imbalance or some sort of lack or some sort of discomfort. If none of that exists, then there is no movement. And so all thirst, he says here, all movement is a sign of thirst. And so it's a sign of that imbalance, that we've forgotten our nature, that we are that unchanging absolute identity deep within, before we're a body, before we're a mind. We're that divine spark. And when he goes on and says that every desire of your body is holy, and he says it again because it's an unbelievable thing for a spiritual text to say. Because of course, we associate with all of the desires of the body with being for those things that lead to selfishness, to a self-consumed state, as it were. And in this sense, it's really saying that all of your desires are for qualities of God. If you take a look at anything that you desire and you ask enough questions about it, you eventually come to realize that there's a name of God in there somewhere, a quality of the divine, whether it's absolute security or absolute freedom or absolute peace or absolute love. Any ideal is a name of the divine, beauty, all of these things. And so we come to find out that all of our desires in this body are for names of God in the ultimate, that there's just this cloud of delusion and confusion in the mind that makes us think it's the objects themselves, even though none of our objects of pleasure have ever fulfilled us, more than for a very short length of time before it's necessary again. And round it goes. And so to practice your discernment, looking through your desires and finding that it's your own divine inner nature that you're longing for, your own security, your own strength, your own beauty, your own love. Every desire of your body is holy. Why wait until you are dying to realize that truth?